Hello, my name's Amanda Gerhardt. I am a professional ballet dancer and yoga teacher. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, nice to see you again. Today's class is going to be a yoga workout, and we're going to be focusing on our glutes today. The glutes are great for stabilizing our pelvis, and aesthetically, everyone likes them obviously, but it's really helpful for our hip health as well, keeping our hip sockets nice and smooth, working, protected. So we will get started on our mats today, and we're gonna start laying down. So go ahead and take a seat and make your way down to the floor. Shoulders find the mat. And allow yourself to settle in. Take a breath in, bring the knees into the chest, grab hold of the legs, give them a nice hug. Maybe swaying your knees from side to side gently. And drawing in the breath through the nose, out through the mouth. Take your hands out long into a cactus, elbows in line with the shoulders. Take a breath in, lift the knees slightly, taking your knees over to the right, towards the ground, keeping both shoulders on the mat, maybe looking towards your left elbow and past. Taking this nice supine twist just to open up that back. And on your next inhale, bring the knees back up to center. Exhale, inhale, bring the legs up and over to the left now, gazing towards the right with the eyes. On every exhale, imagine your back elongating and twisting a little further with more ease. And inhale, send the legs back up to the center. Go ahead and grab hold of the back of the legs. Grab hold and give them another nice hug in. Release that grip, hands find the mat. Go ahead and place the toes onto the mat, drawing your heels, stepping them closer in towards your glutes here, making sure the feet are hip distance apart. We're gonna press into the heels, send our hips up to the sky. So firming through the heels and the entire backs of the legs. We wanna imagine your pelvis, your hips, scooping and lifting up towards the sky. Inhale here. And exhale, send the hips back down. Good, inhale, we lift up again, pressing into the heels, firming through the core, firming through the back of the legs. Exhale, lower. Inhale, reach the hips up. Exhale, hold. Take an inhale, lift them a little higher. And exhale, lowering them back down. Good, maybe create some movement, shifting the knees from side to side for a moment. And when you're ready, go ahead and establish the feet. One more time, pressing into the heels, lifting the hips up to the sky. Now on your next breath, start to peel your right foot off the mat, extending it up to the sky. Reaching those toes to the sky. We lift through our left and right hips higher. Hold. And exhale, lower the toes back down to the mat. Inhale to lift the hips. Exhale to lower, slowly and controlled. Excellent job. On your next inhale, scoop the hips up to the sky, pressing down into the heels. Toes are nicely placed on the floor. And inhale, start to peel the left foot off the floor, reaching for the sky. And in doing so, press into your right heel, lifting your hips higher. Challenging yourself, pushing through that right glute and hamstring, leveling off the hips. Inhale here, Exhale, lower the toes slowly back down. Lift those hips up a little higher. Good. And exhale, lowering the hips slowly down. Awesome. Bringing the knees into the chest. Grab hold of the backs of the legs, and we're going to rock up to seated. Go ahead and cross your legs. We're going to come onto our hands. Find your Barmasana tabletop pose. Your knees are stacked underneath your hips. Wrists stacked underneath your shoulders. Start to draw your shoulders away from the ears here. And before we get started, start to lift up through the low belly. Lift up through the belly button and pressing down slightly with your rib cage, firming through the core. We're going to extend the right toes back. And on your next breath, lift the right leg up. We're going to hold here to inhale. Firming through the core, making sure your right hip is squared off to the mat. And take a breath in. Elongate through the back heel. Exhale, draw the right knee in towards the nose. Inhale to reach that heel back, firming through that back leg. Exhale, knee to nose, contract. Inhale, reach that leg back like you're pressing into a wall, like you're standing through that right leg. And exhale, contract, knee to nose. Inhale, extend that leg to reach. Think of firming through that top hamstring connection to the glutes. And next, we're going to lower the toes. We're going to start to sweep the left toes out, peeling our right shoulder up to the sky. We have an option to hold here. You can also take your hand to your hip, but we're going to lift our right leg up in line with your hip here for this half moon plank variation. So your heel is pressing just like it's pressing into a wall. It's in line with your hip socket. And we're going to hold here. Inhale, lift up with the leg, lower. Lifting up and lower. We have 6 more. 5 and 4, just little movements. 3, pressing your hips forward. 2 and 1. Good. Place the toes down and the hand returns back to the mat, squaring back off. Next, we're gonna lift the right leg up, firming through that low part of the glute. We're going to flex the heel up to the sky, bending through the knee. Carry the right knee out to the side for external rotation, and then lowering it slowly back down to the mat. We have 3 more. Press the right heel up to the sky, carrying it to the side, lowering down. 2 more, up to the sky. Really press into the heel here. Carry it slowly to the side. Knee in line with the hip. And now knee back down. Last one, inhale. Carrying the knee over to the side. And exhale, lowering the knee back down. Great job. Maybe you felt that in your opposite hip as well, or glute. That's quite normal, just stabilizing. So we're next gonna go into some circular chest movements instead of cat and cows. Just create any movement that's organic for the body with your chest, with your upper back. And just do so without any judgments, moving however feels good for your body today. Maybe passing through child's pose. And then let's meet back up in our tabletop position together. We're going to extend the left toes back now. Start to lift the left heel up in line with the hip, firming through that glute all the way. We inhale here, creating a long line, making sure your left hip is squared down towards the mat. And take another breath in to extend and lengthen. Exhale, draw the left knee into nose, contract. Inhale, extend. Exhale, contract, knee to nose. Extend and push through that left leg. Exhale, contract. One more, extend, pressing through, and exhale, contract. Start to extend through that left leg long, placing the toes back down on the mat, sweeping the right toes back slightly, and peeling your left arm up to the sky. We're gonna take this half moon plank variation on the other side. You can also place your hand on your hip if that's comfortable, but we're gonna lift the left leg in line with that hip socket, making sure the foot is not externally rotated, that it's parallel to the floor and mat. Inhale here. We're gonna take little 8 pulses up, down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Little movement, 7 and 8. Good, square back off to the mat, hand comes down and knee comes down as well. Finding tabletop. Good, take an inhale. We're gonna extend that left leg back again. And now flex the left foot up to the sky, squaring off the hips, bending through the knee, taking the knee over to the left, externally rotated, back down to the mat. Inhale, pressing the foot up, carrying it to the side, lowering back down. Good, press the heel up, firming through the back, carrying it side, and lowering it down. Last one, pressing it up, carrying it side, and lowering back down with the knee. Good, take a moment, tuck the toes, and press back into downward facing dog. Nice little movements here. Take whatever you need in this down dog. Shifting from side to side, maybe letting your hips move. And in the end, trying to press your heels down towards the mat a little further, stretching out what we just worked. And when you're here, make sure you're softening the shoulders down through the back. Good. Okay, now we're gonna float our shoulders on top of our wrist. We're gonna do 4 leg lifts on each side, so they look like this in our plank pose. Option is to come down to your elbows, if that's more comfortable for you. Okay, and we're gonna go just 8 times total, so 4 each. We inhale, lift the right and left. Imagine you have a piece of paper in between the inner thighs. And we have 5 and 4, left, 3 and 2 and 1. Good, drop the knees down, slightly widen the knees and shift the weight back, find child pose. Forehead finds the mat. And reach those fingertips long. Great job. Take a breath here. Take a small little break. Small rest. Good. Start to come back up into Brahmasana. Tuck the toes. Shift the weight back into down dog. And start to firm through the legs. On your inhale, sweep the right leg up and draw the knee in, placing that right foot down on the mat. We're gonna come up to a high lunge. So right knee is tracking over the right ankle here. Now next, you can either bring your hands to heart center or maybe at the hips. And we're gonna step our left foot in to find chair pose. So send those glutes back, lift up out of the crown of the head. Maybe the hands find heart center. Good. Pressing through the heels, making sure your toes are connected. Inner thighs are also connecting here. Good. On your next breath, step the left foot back into our high lunge, lifting back up with the torso. Start to firm through the glutes, and we're gonna start to step the left toe back in and out. for 4. Keeping that knee stacked on top of the ankle. And 2, firming through this glute. 1, back out, good. Hold here, reach the arms up to the sky, firm through the glutes. Start to open the left arm out, and we're finding the longer edges of our mat. Making sure the feet are wide and externally rotated. Reach the arms up and drop into goddess. So knees are pressing out towards the back edges of the feet. Hands find at heart center. And we're gonna take a little lift up, lower down, squeezing through the inner thighs and glutes. Good. For 3 more. Little up and lower. 2, squeeze those heels together. 3, good. And last one, start to reach the arms up to the sky. We're gonna start to flip our hips to the opposite edge of the mat and step in with the right leg. 2 chair pose. Sweep the arms up to the sky, send the hips back, hands meet at heart center. Take a breath in. Lift up through the top of the head. Send those glutes down and back, good. Weight in the heels, toes together. And then we step our right leg back to find our high lunge. Reach those arms up to the sky. Left knee is tracking over left ankle. Inhale here. Firming through this left glute on the standing leg. We're gonna bring the right leg in and back to high lunge. 2, and back. 3, back. 4, back. And sweep the arms up to the sky. Inhale. Good. And exhale, sweep the right arm out, turning both toes out slightly wider than the hips. And we're gonna inhale, reach the arms up, and slowly lower to goddess once more. Making sure those knees are tracking over the ankles. And we're gonna lift up for 1 and 2. Lower back down. 3 and 4 and 2 more for good measure. You got this. Okay, and we're gonna extend back up. Reach those hands long. Turn the toes in, find a forward fold. Wide-legged forward fold. Shift the weight from side to side. Connecting with your breath. Start to walk the toes back in together. Finding a forward fold, legs together. Allow the head to soften. And start to sweep the arms up to the sky, bend through the legs, find Tadasana, hands meet at heart center. And you are done for today. Thank you for joining me. I hope you had a nice glute workout today. If you liked this video, hit the like button and leave a comment below. And if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe for new videos every week. Thanks so much. Have a beautiful day.